Last week, the Carmel community tragically lost their town manager. He was a husband, a father, and meant a lot to so many.
Now the community looks to support his family during this difficult time. Sierra Whaley has more.
I've met with people, so many people, and the first words is, how can I help?
The town of Carmel is mourning after the tragic loss of the town manager, Kevin Howell, but he was and is so much more to so many.
He was such a remarkable guy. He had a passion for the community and his family, and he really did put all his heart into those things.
And now the community is rallying behind his family during this difficult time.
A lot of people are there saying, how can I help? And there's a lot of names I don't even recognize.
I just originally started it something small, but every day someone's calling and adding.
Michelle Junkins owns her family's business Bargain Depot in Newport and took it upon herself to start a raffle fundraiser to contribute to memorial services for Kevin.
Any way that you can help the community is great. I mean, everything that's collected through this raffle goes directly just to the memorial service.
Locals can purchase a ticket for $20 or 6 tickets for $100. The locations selling them are Bargain Depot in Newport, Trident Medical, Ye Old General, and Village Market in Carmel. Junkins said this is a prime example of what community means in Maine.
It only takes that one person to initiate, that you need help. And there's always someone willing to help somebody in our community.
And she had one last message to the Howell family.
No one can feel or understand what you're going through, but just know that every business, every person is grieving with you, and we feel truly saddened that you are going through this. And everyone is here for you and the family.
Sierra Whaley, WABI TV 5 News, Newport.
If your business is interested in giving away something for the fundraiser, you have until this Monday at 5 p.m. to submit your contribution. You can contact Michelle at Bargain Depot. If you're looking to contribute in other ways, we have that information on our website.